Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya wal Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And welcome again to our Fajr Quran Dars with Surah Hud, the study of Surah Hud. And this is, inshallah, this morning we will be studying from ayah number 84 to 95. Ayah 84 to 95 of Surah Hud. And today, inshallah, we're learning about Shu'aib alayhi salam. In this city or the area of Madian, the prophet of Madian or Madianites, Madian. And this is from ayah 84 to 95. This is mentioned in many other surahs, especially Surah Al-A'raf, that we had already studied before. And we will, inshallah, go not too much in detail, since the details are also mentioned in other places. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإلى مدين أخاهم شعيبا قال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره ولا تنقصوا المكيال والميزان إني أراكم بخير وإني أخاف عليكم عذاب يوم محيط ويا قوم أوفوا المكيال والميزان بالقسط ولا تبخسوا الناس أشياءهم ولا تعثوا في الأرض مفسدين بقية الله خير لكم إن كنتم مؤمنين وما أنا عليكم بحفيظ قالوا يا شعيب أصلاتك تأمرك أن نترك ما يعبد آباؤنا أو أن نفعل في أموالنا ما نشاء إنك لأنت الحليم الرشيد قال يا قوم أرأيتم إن كنت على بينة من ربي ورزقني منه رزقا حسنا وما أريد أن أخالفكم إلى ما أنهاكم عنه إن أريد إلا الإصلاح ما استطعت وما توفيقي إلا بالله عليه توكلت وإليه أنيب. Yes, in recitation, inshallah, we'll stop at 88, but we will study until the end of the story, that is ayah number 95. So far, we in this surah, after the introduction in the very beginning about Tawheed, Risala and Akhirah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning and bringing different proofs and evidences and arguments about Iman, belief, the creed in Islam. And then the surah starts mentioning Ayyamillah. Ayyamillah means the days and times of prophets and messengers and nations of the past. And we started with Nuh alayhi salam, and after him, Salih alayhi salam and his people, Thamud, and Lut alayhi salam with his people. Yesterday we learned that, and there was a brief mention of Ibrahim alayhi salam in passing, and today we're learning about Shu'aib alayhi salam. Now Shu'aib alayhi salam was of the prophet for people of Madian. Now Madian is the name of their city, their place that they used to live in, which is basically around near, in today's world, Palestine, or across from Red Sea and near, Sinai Desert, in that area. And this is the word Madian, either it is, the tribe, the people are known by Madian or Madianites. It is because of their place, or some say because their great grandfather to whom they all belong, their great ancestor was called Madian. And some even mention that Madian was a son of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Wallahu alam. It is said Madian ibn Ibrahim, but that is not of very big importance, as long as we know the location and the prophet that was sent and the message, and also their reaction and their how they dealt and treated the prophet. So a lot of what we are going to learn today is exactly a similar argument and similar discussion like with the prophets and messengers before. But there are lessons that we can learn from each story. And the main purpose of all these stories is so that we can learn many things. Number one, how the prophets had to put up against all these difficult and hardcore whose people whose hearts had become so hardened. Number two, the message of prophets and messengers and their mission that continues all the way through Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam until the day of judgment. And any such contempt, any such behavior and showing any kind of attitude like these people can, make us similar to them also. Thirdly, it is a solace, it is a support, and it is a kind of, tasliya, meaning giving moral support to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that, look at the people in the past, how they treated their prophets and messengers. And it can also be lesson for people in today's world, whoever follow the teachings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they call people to Allah, they do da'wah, their path is not easy. وَإِلَى مَدْيَنَ, and we sent to Madian أَخَاهُمْ, one of their own brothers. أَخَاهُمْ, their brother, meaning one of their own tribesman. They knew him. He was not a stranger, and this is very clear with mentioning in every nation that the prophet was from among them. They had known that particular prophet and messenger for all his life, and they were known to be decent, honest, and trustworthy people. And a lot of times people were referring to them, people were turning to them, and they trusted them so much. But as soon as they called people to Tawheed, to oneness of Allah and worshipping Him alone and abandoning shirk, they turned against them. So Shu'aib alayhi salam was one of them. Qala, he said, Ya qawmi abudullaha ma lakum min ilahin ghayruh. Exact same words as all these prophets, meaning every prophet, the first and most important call they made, the first invitation and the first da'wah they gave to their people is worship Allah alone. You have no other one to worship but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ma lakum min ilahin ghayruh. Ya people, i'budullah, worship Allah, and there is no one to be worshipped besides Him, besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Every prophet taught La ilaha illallah. No one to worship except Allah. No one to turn to except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one to depend and trust and put our trust in except Allah. That is the call of every prophet. وَلَا تَنْقُصُ الْمِكْيَالَ. Now, right after Tawheed, the foundation, he didn't stop with Iman only. He didn't just say, okay, believe in Allah and now you are in good shape. Right after that, he's teaching them Sharia. He's teaching them to act and follow and obey the commandments and the teachings of the Sharia of the time. And a lot of the fundamentals and the main basics, principles of all teachings of the Sharia of every prophet are also the same. There are differences, small, minute differences in details, but the big picture, the big principles of all prophets and messengers of their teachings are exactly the same. So he is teaching them some of the basics of Sharia, that your Iman is requiring you to do these things. Your Iman is not complete, your Iman is not acceptable if you are not doing these things. Number two, so right after Iman, he's telling them, وَلَا تَنْقُصُ الْمِكْيَالَ. So every prophet came to treat the ailment, the disease, the sickness of the time. So Shu'aib alayhi salam came at a time when his people were busy and engaged in cheating in the scales and measures. Whatever could be measured, like length of land or cloth or any measurements that, or anything that can be put in scales to be weighed. They were cheating in all of this. Tatfif, this is called tatfif. Surah Al-Mutaffifin is exactly about that. Wailul lil mutaffifin. The destruction is for those people who do tatfif, meaning they buy from people heavy, but they sell light. Okay, when they buy from people, they use one type of weights, and when they sell, they use another type. So they kind of cheat people in that. And Shu'aib alayhi salam reminded them again and again, this is haram, this is wrong, and this will subject you to the punishment of Allah. So وَلَا تَنْقُصُ الْمِكْيَالَ, and don't do naqs, don't reduce, don't deduct. Mikyal meaning the measures. Wal mizan, and scales. In scales, tarazu, in scales and in measures. Don't make any cheating, any reduction of giving people less and taking more. Inni arakum bi khair. I see you good. You don't need to do these things. So this has several meanings, and all are very good, wonderful meanings. Number one, inni arakum bi khair. Indeed, I see you bi khair, good. You have good wealth, good business, good money, good life and family, and everything is, you are in good prosperity, prosperous life. And you don't need to do these things. You are not so desperate to earn in that haram manner. You are in good shape. That's one. Number two, inni arakum bi khair. If you give up and stay away from this tatfif, from this cheating, I see you in goodness, inshallah. I see you that being very good for you. Wa inni akhafu. And on the other side, if you continue what you are doing, in the meantime, so he's giving him the one side that if you do good and you measure and weigh and scale things properly, you are in good shape. And on the other side, if you continue doing what you are doing, I fear alaykum upon you adhab yawmi muhit, the adhab, the punishment of the day muhit, that will be surrounding you, and no one will escape. No one will be able to escape that. And this can refer to two types, 2 days, and both are valid. The day when adhab of this dunya will come upon them, and they will not be able to run away. So he is already giving him the warning. He is giving them the heads up, and he's waking them up. Yeah, adhab of this dunya is coming. And it can also mean the adab of the akhirah, yawm muhit, a surrounding, encompassing day that nobody is going to be able to escape. وَيَا قَوْمِ أَوْفُوا الْمِكْيَالَ. He is now giving details and explaining and emphasizing by repeating the same concept in different detail and different wording. وَيَا قَوْمِ, O my people, أَوْفُوا. أَوْفُوا meaning fully, completely fulfill and give them full mikyal, full measures, wal mizan, and full, complete, proper scales, bil qist, with justice, with fairness. Now, this is so important. Right after Iman, he's telling them your business dealings should be just. No matter who is buying and who you are selling to, or who you are buying from, it has to be fair and just. And this is a great lesson for all of us to learn. Whenever we are engaged in business like this, whether there is scale involved or not, if we have employees in our business, we should be just and fair to them, paying them right, paying them on time, not cheating with them, not cheating them of their hours or their pay or their wages or anything. If we are buying or selling or trading or anything, we should always be just and fair and equal and proper. وَلَا تَبْخَسُوا النَّاسَ أَشْيَاءَهُمْ. Now this is a very general statement that can refer to scales and measures or anything else. وَلَا تَبْخَسُوا, and don't reduce, don't do any reduction الناس, to people, أشياءهم, their things. Do not deprive, do not deduct, do not steal from the things and the items and materials of the people. Now this could be material things or this could be people's rights. Don't deprive and cheat people of their rights. And their rights could be material, their rights could be their respect, their honor, their izzah. All of these can include there. Don't take away people's rights in any way, shape, or form. And he's also teaching them وَلَا تَعْثَوْا, and don't cause harm. عَثَى يَعْثُو, do not cause any damage, any harm, fil ardi, in the earth, to anyone. A very general statement of justice, fairness, being good, treating others equally right, fil ardi, in the earth, in all your dealings. Mufsideen, don't do these harm and damage. Mufsideen, when you are causing mischief, doing it for the purpose of fasad, of mischief and wrong and evil. Baqiyatullahi khairul lakum. This ayah number 86 is very amazing. That when you deal with halal and you have contentment and qana'ah, and even if you earn not too much, even if you earn a little bit through halal, fair, just business, baqiyatullahi, what is left for you by Allah in your halal dealings, the profit, the benefit, the faida that you are getting out of halal business, even if it is little, that baqiyah that is left and given to you by Allah through that just dealing, khairul lakum. This is much better for you. There is a big and great goodness in there for you. Khair. It is much better for you. There is goodness and barakah. There is blessings. There is increase. There is satisfaction. There is peace. Lakum, in that. In kuntum mu'minin. If you really are believers. Now, this is tied to belief, that being satisfied and content and happy with whatever Allah gives through halal means, and if you are happy, your iman requires you to be satisfied with that, and that will Allah will make that for you good, much better than earning way too much through halal, the haram. through illegal, impermissible means. There won't be any goodness, any barakah, any khair when you earn it the haram way. You will lose it. This dunya, definitely, in many ways. You know, whether in your life or in your family life or your children's life or in any shape or form, but you will definitely have the consequence. You will see the consequence and the result of your wrong dealings. وَمَا أَنَا عَلَيْكُمْ بِحَفِيظٍ. But in the end of the day, my job is to deliver, teach, invite you to do what is right, what is good, what is permissible, what is halal. وَمَا أَنَا, and I'm not عَلَيْكُمْ over you بِحَفِيظٍ, any protector, meaning I cannot protect you, I cannot keep you away from dealing in haram. I have no power over you. I can teach you, I can invite you, I can explain it to you, but I have no power to keep you away. Hafiz, I cannot protect you from that. Secondly, I cannot protect you from the consequences, from the outcome of your wrong dealings. That is a more accurate understanding. So both of them good meaning. I cannot keep you away from wrong, plus when you see the consequences of your wrongdoings, I cannot protect you. So the people turn around and they say, Ya Shu'aib. The first thing they refer to is they are in a sarcastic way, in a funny and mocking way. They say, we see you praying a lot. And this is said that Shu'aib alayhi salam had two characteristics. One, he used to pray, he used to perform salah a lot. Number two, he is called the Khatib of Anbiya, Khatib al-Anbiya. So if you hear this term, this expression anytime, that's Shu'aib alayhi salam. The way he used to call and deliver and give da'wah and bayan, he was very eloquent. He was very clear in his speech. So the people say, you know what, we see you praying a lot. Is this your prayer that is telling you all these things, to worship Allah alone, to not do not deal the way we deal, and to give up our way of dealings, and to give up the way our forefathers, our ancestors were doing? Is it your prayer that caused that? So this to be making fun and making a mockery of the Shu'aib alayhi salam and his prayer, but it was true actually, because the salah is something that prevents and stops us from wrongdoing. Inna salata, in Surah Al-Ankabut, we know, Inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. A proper, correct, right manner of prayer will stop us from all wrongdoings. Al-fahsha wal-munkar, every type of wrongdoing. So they were saying, قالوا يا شعيب, O Shu'aib alayhi salam, as-salatuka, is it your prayer, ta'muruka, that teaches you or that calls you, commands you, and natruka, that we leave away ma, those things, ya'budu, that were worshipping aba'un, our parents. Our parents were worshipping and they were doing these idol worshipping. Is it your prayer that is telling you to stop us from all of this? And that is on the aqidah, on the worship side. Number two, أو أن نفعل في أموالنا ما نشاء. Is your prayer telling you that we should stop dealing, dealing في أموالنا, in our wealth, in our money, in our materials, ما نشاء, the way we like? Why are you telling us to stop acting and dealing in our own and doing business in our own wealth the way we wish? This is strange. And we can find similar things in today's world, especially this modern world, and especially in our teenagers. They tell you, my life, my choices. This is my money, or this is my life, this is my body, this is my this is my that, and I'm free to do and I'm free to act the way I do. They said exactly, this is our wealth, This is our own money. This is our own business. And why are you stopping us to do the way we wish to do it? What is wrong about that? What is wrong with that? So I see, because I deal and confront and see a lot of young people, and they tell you a lot of similar things. This is our life. This is my choices. Why am I not allowed to certain things? How I use my life, how I use my time, how I use my money, how I use this and that. Exact same thing they say. Why do you tell us to do certain things that you like in our own business? Innaka la antal halim rashid. This is another sarcastic way, a very strong sarcastic meaning you are telling someone, looks like a good statement, looks like a nice and a factual statement, but you are actually making fun of that person. You are actually saying that you are the opposite of what I'm saying. Like, for example, you're telling someone, you are such a generous person. If somebody donated or helped someone for, let's say, for example, $10, $50, or this or that, and you want to, be sarcastic about that person and make fun of him and say like, this is too little, or in your whole life you did it one time, you are such a generous person, that you actually mean that this person is very bakhil, very miserly. So here they say, innaka, indeed you, O Shu'aib alayhi salam, la anta, definitely you are al-halim al-rashid. You are a halim person and rashid person. Al-halim means forbearing and tolerant person. You have tolerance, forbearance, and you are not very emotional, not very seriously getting angry for people doing wrong. Ar-Rashid means mature and wise person who guides others to rush to the straight and right way, right path. So there, you are very, very Halim and Rashid, meaning they are making fun of him. They are making, oh, look at you. You are calling us to all of these things. You cannot tolerate, you cannot bear, you cannot take what we are doing. Like, a lot of times when imams, teachers, parents, or, the ulama, they may say something that this is right, this is wrong, this is halal in Islam, this is not haram. And a lot of times you will find a lot of calls, these mullahs, these imams are intolerant. They are so strict. They are so, not so flexible. The same thing, Anta Halim Rashid. You are very ajib. And it can also mean that they are not sarcastic. So both ways, they are actually saying, hey, Shu'aib alayhi salam, you are actually, we know you from all your life that you are a Halim and Rashid person. Why would you call us to these things? Why wouldn't you be more tolerable, more accepting, more flexible in these things? You are a wise and you are a tolerant and forbearing person. So in both ways, either they say it in a true sense that they knew about him, or they are making fun and they are saying it in a sarcastic way. He said, "Oh my people, ara'aytum, tell me." Ara'aytum is, do you see? But it means, this expression means, tell me about, in kuntu ala baynatin min rabbi. This is the statement of every prophet before we learn in these 4 other stories. That every prophet said, see, if I'm on a straight, strong, and clear path, ala bayyina. Bayyina means very, very distinct, clear, and solid evidence and proof and path, min Rabbi, from a master. If I'm on that path, that's one. Number 2, وَرَزَقَنِي مِنْهُ رِزْقًا حَسَنًا. And you see me, Allah has given me and bestowed upon me sustenance and rizq, hasana, good, halal rizq. a sustenance that is hasan, good in terms of halal, in terms of being having barakah and goodness. You see me on these two things, on my aqidah side, on my practices side, on my deen side. I'm on a strong and clear proof and evidence. And my sustenance and rizq and wealth, alhamdulillah, Allah has bestowed and given me good rizq. وَمَا أُرِيدُ. Yeah, so where is the answer? In kuntu ala bayinatin. This is a shart. What is jawabu shart? Jawabu shart is known. That means if you see me like this, then why don't you answer my call? I have no other purpose or interest of calling you. Alhamdulillah, I'm on a strong, straight path. Alhamdulillah, I have good rizq. Why wouldn't you answer my call? إن كنت على بينة من ربي ورزقني منه رزقا حسنا وما أريد. And the third reason, number one, I'm on a clear evidence and proof and straight path. Number two, Allah has given me good halal rizq. Number three, وما أريد أن أخالفكم. And I don't want to oppose you. Oppose you. Ilama anhakum anhu. I oppose you and go to what I'm preventing you to do and commit what I'm stopping you from. That's a very, very good principle for any da'i, for any person, any Muslim in general, calling people to do good things. But if he is not following, if he is doing the same wrong that he's trying to stop people from, if you're telling people not to cheat, not to do haram, not to do certain wrong things, but you openly or secretly doing the same thing, that is absolutely wrong. Why are you doing things that you yourself are not acting upon? So Salih alayhi salam is making very, very clear. I'm not opposing, I'm not going to ilama anhakum, to the things that I'm stopping you from. That you see me, I'm not a hypocrite of just calling and telling people not to do things, but I'm not acting. I'm not that type of person. What is my purpose? What am I doing? In uridu, I don't want illa al-islah, except islah. My whole purpose is islah, correction. My whole purpose is the rectification and correction of your dealings and your affairs. As much as I can. So this is another lesson, that we try our best, whatever we can, whatever is in our capacity, that we should not be so, losing our temper or our hopes, and become powerless and hopeless. We should try as much as possible for us, act as much as we can, and then call people as much as we can to the islah. وَمَا تَوْفِيقِ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. Now, he says, إِنِّي أُرِيدُ إِنْ أُرِيدُ إِلَّا الْإِصْلَاحَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُ. My whole job, my whole mission is to call people towards good. Now, this may create inside a human beings, even if it is a very, very pious, righteous person, a kind of arrogance. You know what? I'm calling people towards good things. I'm doing islah, like I'm a Muslim person. Right after that, Allah is teaching us that Shu'aib alayhi salam was telling them, وَمَا تَوْفِيقِ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. Even that I cannot do it. Refer every success, every tawfiq, every good deed, everything that you do in your life, or call people to do those good things, and Allah has given you that ability to guide people, that is all due to the tawfiq and the ability of Allah. Refer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't take any credit. Don't claim for yourself anything. وَمَا تَوْفِيقِي إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. And my alayhi tawakkaltu. And further, he explains that same point. Alayhi tawakkaltu, on Allah I have tawakkul and trust, wa ilayhi unib, and to him I turn. And every aspect of my life, in every step of my life, I turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remember, we said Muniba. It was mentioned about Ibrahim alayhi salam, la halimun awahu munib. That Ibrahim alayhi salam had three characteristics, three sifat: Halim, Awah, Munib. And Munib, we said, a very beautiful characteristic and sifa, that always turning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And every affair, in every step, in every dealing, turning to Allah. So, wa ilayhi unib. Shuaib alayhi salam says, I turn to Allah. وَيَا قَوْمِ لَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شِقَاقِي. O my people, لا يجرمنكم. It should not make you mujrim. It should not cause you to do jurm, to do any wrongdoing, any crime. Shiqaqi, my opposition. You are opposing me. You show enmity and hatred towards me. That hate should not cause you to commit any crimes, any wrongdoings, any sins. أَن يُصِيبَكُم مِثْلُ مَا أَصَابَ. If you do that, because of this hate for me, your stubbornness against me, that will cause you to be inflicted. أَن يُصِيبَكُم, that it will inflict and happen to you, that musibah, mithlu, just like ma asaba, what musibah, what infliction came to Qawma Nuh, the people of Nuh alayhi salam. Aw Qawma Hud, or so Qawma Nuh meaning the flood and the drowning in water. Aw Qawma Hudin, or something that happened to the people of Hud alayhi salam, and that was what? The wind, the very devastating and destroying wind that just wiped out everything. Al Qawma Salih, or what happened to people of Salih alayhi salam, and that was the very loud, piercing, destroying noise. And even if you don't remember Nuh alayhi salam, Hud alayhi salam, Salih alayhi salam, Qawm Lut was not too far from you. وَمَا قَوْمُ لُوط, and the Qawm Lut alayhi salam was not minkum, from you, بِبَعِيدٍ, far in terms of time and far in terms of distance. They were very close to you. But I show you a path. There is a way to come out of what you are in, and to rectify and correct your way. What is that way? وَاسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ. Ask Allah for forgiveness. Ask your master, your Lord, for forgiveness. That is verbal. Through your tongue, ask for forgiveness. Then don't stop there. Just verbal, just by talk, it doesn't help at all. Then return, make tawbah, repentance, ilayhi, to Allah. So words followed by action. These two together will combine and will complete your process of tawbah and repentance and turning to Allah. In do that. You should do that. You should not lose hope. You should not be hopeless and helpless, and do not despair. Why? Because inna Rabbi, there is the illah. There is a reason I'm telling you this. Indeed, my master, Rahimun, is all merciful. He will cover you and encompass you and take you in his mercy. And Wadud, he is all loving. It is not like when you ask forgiveness and you repentance, and that is enough for you, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has nothing else to do with you. No, Allah is Wadud. And Wadud is meaning the highest and most perfect level of love for you. So Wad, it means love. Wadud, the one who has absolute, unconditional, and vast amount of love for every single human being if they remember and return to him. قالوا, they said, Ya Shu'aib. You know, they said, is it, earlier they said, is it your prayer that tells us whatever we like? And you know what? You are a very Halim and Rashid person. Why are you telling Allah of that? Now they are coming around and they say, you know, we don't understand a lot of what you are saying. We don't get it. Calling us to abandon all our gods and our idols. We don't get that. We don't understand that. Secondly, calling us in our own dealings and our own businesses, do certain things and not do certain things. This is not understandable for us. قالوا, they said, Ya Shu'aib, oh Shu'aib alayhi salam, ma nafqahu, we don't know, we don't understand. كثيرا مما تقول, كثيرا, a lot of, مما, of that, تقول, that you say. Now this is another type of complete total rejection. You know, they are accusing him that, you know, you are talking about some ununderstandable, complicated things. We cannot understand that. وَإِنَّا لَنَرَاكَ فِينَا ضَعِيفًا. Now, so far they were coming up with these silly excuses and arguments. Now they are coming with threats, physical threats. When you don't have a reason, when you don't have a good argument, when you don't have a proof, no dalil, you have no basis to even talk, then you come up with threats. Then you are threatening your opposition, who is in opposition to you. Then you say, وَإِنَّا, and indeed we, لَنَرَاكَ, we definitely see you, فِينَا, amongst us, ضَعِيفًا, very weak. What can you do? If we were to harm you, if we were to come after you, you cannot even defend yourself. You're a very weak person. But the reason why we are not touching you, the reason we are not even, harming you, that's because of your immediate tribe, your tribal circle. That's the reason we respect that. We respect your family and lineage and your surrounding tribe. وَلَوْ لَا رَهْطُكَ. And if it was not because of your raht means the close family connected tribe. لَرَجَمْنَكَ. If it was not because of them, we would have definitely stoned you. Rajam. And it also means, rajam means, rajim means we would have thrown you out. وَمَا أَنْتَ عَلَيْنَا بِعَزِيزٍ. And you have no izzah with us. You have no respect. We have no regard to you. وَمَا أَنْتَ, and you are not عَلَيْنَا, upon us, بِعَزِيزٍ, of any having any izzah, any respect. And it also means bi'aziz, you are not strong about the izzah, the karama, the honor that someone holds. So they said, we have no regard for you. قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ أَرَهْطِي أَعَزُّ عَلَيْكُمْ. So Shu'aib alayhi salam is very beautifully and smartly telling them, so my people that you call my rahat, my immediate family and tribe, they have more izzah, more honor, more respect in your eyes than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are rejecting the kalam, the call, the invitation, the message of Allah, and you have no regard, no respect to that, and you are threatening a prophet and a messenger of Allah. This is just like threatening and rejecting and denying Allah, disrespecting Him. But you are respecting a few people. And this is a good lesson for all of us, that because of some people, because of any person, no matter how much power or money or position or whatever they may have, or a group, if we are doing certain things because of those people, or not doing things because of certain people, but we are not having same regard or the same respect, the same honor to the commander of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is exactly the same thing. Like in the beginning of this whole issue of this coronavirus and people having extreme level of fear, and still we have fear. And I remember I said, you know, if we had just a little bit of fear, or at least the same amount of fear that we have from this corona, if we had the same amount of fear from the creator of this virus, as much as we fear this virus, which is okay, as human beings, we are supposed to be having that type of caution and ihtiyat and take every measure. But we had the same, been in a much better position spiritually, faith, in iman wise, in this dunya and in the akhirah. So he is telling them, you have more fear, more regard, more respect to these people than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قال يا قومي, O my people, arahti is my group, my tribe. A'azzu has more izzah, more honor, more respect. عليكم upon you min Allah, from Allah. واتخذتموه, and you took Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and mainly his message, his wahi, his teachings, wara'akum dhihriya, you took it and you threw it behind yourself, behind your backs. Wara'akum dhihriya, you just threw it behind your backs. And this is an expression meaning you abandoned it, you neglect and ignored it. Inna rabbi bima ta'maluna muhit. But don't worry, Allah, my master, indeed is bima ta'maluna, on everything that you do, muhit. He is covering. He knows. He has complete, full, encompassing and surrounding knowledge of everything that you do. Oh my people, do. Okay, now this is the end of the struggle, the end of the hard work. And he now is in a stage, Shuaib alayhi salam, that he is certain these people, I mean, they are not going to return. They do not accept, they do not answer. So he is giving them his final declaration. And he says, Ya qawmi, i'malu, just do, ala makanatikum, in your own way, in your own position. Whatever you choose to do in your best fits you, just do it. Inni amil, I'm doing also. I'm acting too. You guys act the way you like, and Inna amil, I'm acting too. But there is something that we should remember. سوف تعلمون, soon you will know. Man ya'tihi, to whom will come adabun. Man, to whom, ya'tihi, coming to him, adabun, punishment, yukhzihi, that will humiliate and embarrass him. وَمَنْ huwa kadhib, and you will soon find and learn who is liar. So this is the final warning, that you know what, a day is coming, do your acts, live the way you like, and choose whatever you want to choose, but there is a day coming that adab will come, and that will humiliate and embarrass, and also it will show who is liar and who is not. وَارْتَقِبُوا, watch, observe. وَارْتَقِبُوا إِنِّي مَعَكُمْ رَقِيبٌ, you are watch to that moment, that time, that certain period and appointment. Inni ma'akum raqib, and I'm also with you of those who watchful. I'm watching and you do. Now this is the end of the people. And when came our command, our order, and that is the adab, najjayna, and this happens in the end of every story. Najjayna, we saved Shuaib alayhi salam, walladhina amanu ma'ahu, and those few people who had believed with him. And all of that happened. There is a good condition, a good element to mention, bi rahmatin minna. All of that happened with the mercy of ours, with our mercy. So in the end of every story, Allah says we saved them with our mercy and with our barakah and goodness. وَأَخَذَتِ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا, and الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا, those people who did dhalam, wrong and sins, they were taken by as-sayhatu. أخذت, it took الَّذِينَ, those people, ظَلَمُوا, who did wrong, the very loud, just like we learn in the case of people of Salih alayhi salam. These people were also taken by a very, very loud and devastating sound. فَأَصْبَحُوا, and at the end of that sound, and it is also mentioned in Surah Al-A'raf, that Rajfa, that very loud sound was also followed by shaking, like earthquake. فَأَصْبَحُوا, they became فِي دِيَارِهِمْ, in their own houses, جَاثِمِينَ, fallen on their knees and faces. So they were just taken out. They were dead. كَأَن لَّمْ يَغْنَوْا فِيهَا, just like we learn in case of people of Lut alayhi salam and Salih alayhi salam and others, كَأَن لَّمْ يَغْنَوْا فِيهَا, they became as if they were not existent in there, as if there was no life in there. That city became like a dead city, easy to understand like this. And we can refer to a lot of examples in these days. Many places, not even a bird flies over there. كَأَلَّمْ يَغْنَوْا فِيهَا, as if they were not existent in there. Allah, remember, watch. And this is a call to everyone. Every single person who listens and reads and studies this story. Allah, watch. Bu'dan. Bu'dan, two main meanings. Bu'dan, the distance from mercy of Allah. And bu'dan, halak and destruction for Limadyana, for people of Madian. Kama ba'idat Thamud. Just as there was destruction and distance from the mercy of Allah for the people of Thamud. Now, many books of tafsir, especially one, Tafsir Sa'adi, counts in the end of the story like about 12, 13 benefits that we can get from this story of Shu'aib alayhi salam. Now, right now, the time doesn't permit. They're very, very beautiful. Inshallah, I will see if tomorrow in the very beginning, I may go through one by one, very quick, like brief mention of those lessons that we take from this story. Inshallah, tomorrow we will do that. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكن من الخاسرين. اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين.